Wow, I didn't expect to see you
Yeah, baby.
this early. Thanks for coming.
Yes, sir.
I saw a little bit of something on the beach yesterday, so we might get lucky.
But there are two guys in particular that have spent quite a bit of time with me, and that's Christian Jurgens and Scott Crippen.
There goes a roll.
A definite roll?
Yeah, 100%.
Every year we have a different experience.
You know, there are a lot of fish in here.
Yeah.
If you don't cast to the rollers,
Right.
and you're just fishing blind, it's not quite as effective, but it's sitting here.
I spend 10 months of the year thinking about the mullet run and thinking about what different techniques I can do that would make a difference next year.
So Christian,
Sir.
I've got some 5-0s
Yeah.
on a thinner wire, and I've got 6-0s on a heavier
6.
hook.
And all of a sudden, when that time comes and we try to apply the new ideas, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
But we've got a school of small baits like anchovies that we find earlier in the year, kind of August, September. But it's loaded with tarpon all on the outside of here. I mean, literally every few seconds there's one rolling.
I mean, I've got my mullet right on the edge, on top, like a sitting duck. Just got right in your strike zone. Heck, all they gotta do is open up to eat those little guys and get my guy in their mouth.
You know, I've caught them on the outsides of these
Yeah.
schools doing just what we're doing.
You know, it comes down to the fact that during the mullet run, the fish like eating mullet. But you need to make your bait a little bit different than the other million mullets.
So as exciting as that looked right there, and it was, fishing those minnows, I look up the beach and I see another giant school of bait. I'm thinking it's mullet. Well, actually, I didn't see the bait. I saw the fish cartwheeling through it first, and then I noticed a big dark spot. So I'm gonna go up here and just see if this isn't something a little bit easier for us to catch fish off of. Those tarpon in there are so specific on what they're eating. The bait's about this big. And, you know, that term, match the hatch, that's what's going on right there. And
I'm gonna throw the good old mullet and match the hatch. And Carter will probably throw a lure because he loves throwing his lures. What do you got, Carter?
they're shining right here pretty good.
Oh, look at that roller right in front of us.
Look at all the mullet. Can't believe, looking at this. This is smaller mullet than we saw earlier this morning, but it's just amazing.
I was introduced to the mullet run that it was a great time to catch tarpon.
Come on. Silver King, be there. It ate a giant mullet, right?
Yeah. Acting kind of sharky. Come up.
It is acting weird, isn't it?
There. Like really weird.
That being said, I don't really catch tarpon during the mullet run. It seems like we catch everything but tarpon.
Jeez,
I think he's got a
Louise.
shark. Christian, is it a shark?
Yeah, it's gotta be. I mean, he'd have jumped by now.
Unbelievable the amount of mullet there on the beach right now. Everything's with them. Sharks, jacks, mackerel, ladyfish, bluefish, and tarpon. We just can't get bit by the tarpon.
I got the great white shark.
What do you think?
I'm thinking shark, but
Yeah, the shark should have bitten through that.
yeah. There it is, big shark.
Is it a big shark?
Yeah, big shark. Yeah, buddy. There he is.
Huh?
That's, oh, there you go. Hey,
Huh?
that was a big one.
Got to go through everything to get a tarpon.
Oh,
Let's get back on that school.
yeah. That was fun.
With all the mullet that went by, It looked like it carried some of the tarpon off.
Hey, another one just rolled.
This bait school right here, but that mullet, there's not much on him right now, so we're back up here on this little bait, see if the tarpon are still here.
So many times in the past, when we found scenarios like this, and there were some tarpon on the outside of the bait balls, and you have a tarpon rolling, we can cast to the tarpon and get bit on those rollers. Stay away from the fish that are focused in and feeding hard on a specific bait. Cast to the rollers. But
Watch, like right here. They're just rolling right on that outside edge.
but not this time. Think about these schools of mullet that are traveling down a beach with no obstructions. And when they come to a jetty sticking out and they have to swim around that jetty, that's a big obstruction. Something's gonna happen. Everybody gets kind of jostled up. The same thing happens at a pier.
So it's not always appropriate to get close to people unless you ask. And these guys over here, you know, I noticed that they caught a couple nice snook when the mullet school came through. And I just had to ask if we could post up beside them and catch a couple snook. And
It's not always appropriate to pull in beside somebody and fish. But when you know them and you say pretty please, a lot of times it works out.
Yeah, they're in definitely the money spot. These snook just sit under the pier here and just wait for schools of mullet to come by.
You know, I like to give everybody their room, but I was really fortunate that these guys invited us on in to have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, Carter. Get him.
that's not much. Got a gray snapper.
Yeah. That's a nice one.
Might take that home for the girls to eat. What do you got?
Something.
Huh?
Something. Little jack.
Boy,
All right.
these guys beside us are catching snook, and you and I are catching like little snapper and little jacks.
Well,
Huh?
maybe they're the pros.
Is that fishing?
That's fish.
All right, that's fishing.
You have a pier sticking out with all these pilings, and you all of a sudden have a school of bait that comes down and swims through the pier, and there are all kinds of ambush points.
Whoa, get him, Carter. Get him. What you got? We need the net.
Hey, the net's in the front, left, front right.
Okay.
Nice snook right here, Christian.
I'm working on it. There we go. What you got? Snooky? Good snooky. Oh yeah. That's a nice snook. Woo! There
Thanks,
you
boys.
go. Yeah, that's a good one.
Might have to let him go.
Wow, that's a beautiful fish.
Look how clean they are. You know, the ones that live on the ocean?
So white and just
Aren't they?
clean, yeah. Oh. Look at that.
Huh?
That is a beauty.
Wow. Gotta love that.
He might.
Huh?
He might be worth putting on the measuring board.
I'm gonna let him go, though.
All right.
Doing my part.
All right. All right.
You know, these fish that are in the ocean right now on the beaches, you see how clean they are, how white they are? Just absolutely a gorgeous fish right there. You know, I'm not even gonna measure this one. I think he's a little over. But I think I'd probably let him go anyway.
He's a pretty one, though. Good job of getting him out. He was one to get you back in those pilings.
There we go.
Nice work, Carter.
It might not be the tarpon we were after in the mullet run, but they're certainly eating because of the mullet run.
Yes.
All the mullet piling underneath this?
It's
Perfect, buddy.
the endless buffet line. All you can eat.
The mullet run definitely isn't the most productive time of year to be catching tarpon and some of the other species. But what the mullet run is for me, what takes me back year after year after year, is to be able to be a part of this piece of nature. You know what, Christian? That was pretty fun. Today was great. Got to see a little bit more of the mullet run. Some snapper, a little bit of mixed bag.
It was great.
But you know what I'm doing now?
Cocktail hour.
Well, no, I'm going home to feed the animals. And then I'll pour a cocktail.